A high-tech camera mounted on a sailboat could become a major piece of evidence in the disappearance of Michigan mother Lynette Hooker. I'm Melissa Andrews, a crime and investigative reporter. Experts told CBS News that the data from this camera could reveal far more than investigators have known up until this point. Lynette Hooker vanished on April 4th in the Bahamas. Her husband, Brian Hooker, told authorities that the two were riding on this small dinghy back to their sailboat when rough waters knocked Lynette into the water. She's never been found. Well, now investigators are taking a closer look at the couple's sailboat, including a surveillance system. This is Daniel Danforth, and he says that he's a friend of the Hookers, and he was given a tour of the boat in 2023, and Brian Hooker proudly showed off the boat and what he called an FLIR system. That stands for forward-looking infrared, and it basically detects heat signatures even in darkness. According to Danforth, this system was advanced enough to alert the Hookers if someone was approaching the boat, whether that be them standing on the dock, coming in by another boat, or coming in on foot. Investigators are going to be looking to this camera to determine what data it may have captured around the time Lynette went missing. Sources close to the investigation say that this FLIR camera was still on board that sailboat when it was seized by the U.S. Coast Guard looking for evidence in Lynette's disappearance. And a private investigator that CBS News talked to says technology like this can be very important in a missing persons case like Lynette's. You have to remember there's no body, no physical evidence that we know of, no witnesses, and the crime scene potentially is out in the open ocean. This investigator also says if someone did go overboard at night, this camera could potentially pick up on their body heat in the water. He also says digital evidence on board ships, boats, vessels can be difficult to erase. He says electronics like navigation systems, cameras, and onboard tracking tools often store data permanently, creating timelines that investigators can later reconstruct. Meanwhile, Lynette's husband, Brian Hooker, has denied any wrongdoing. He was held for questioning for several days by the Bahamian police, and despite saying that he would never stop looking for Lynette, as soon as he was released, he came back to the United States. At this point, investigators have not said what, if anything, they found on that sailboat, but those experts do say that this could be a big piece of evidence in a case that seems to have very little.